स्टेट काउंसलर आंग सांग सूची प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस संबोधित कर रहे हैं।
More than 50% of the villages of Muslims are intact. They are as they were before the attacks took place. And we would like to know why. This is what I think we have to work towards. Not just looking at the problems, but also looking at those areas where there are no problems. Why have these problems been, why have we been able to avoid these problems in certain areas? And for this reason, we would like to invite the members of our diplomatic community to join us in our endeavor to learn more from the Muslims who have integrated successfully into the Rakhine state. If you are interested in joining us in our endeavors, please let us know. We can arrange for you to visit these areas and to ask them for yourself why they have not fled, why they have chosen to remain in their villages, even at a time when everything around them seems to be in a state of turmoil. Apart from what we are doing in the matter of allaying the fears of our people, I would like to say that we have been continuing with our socio-economic development programs in Rakhine. Let me outline a few of them. The Rakhine State Socio-Economic Development Plan 2017 to 2021 has been drafted to boost regional development in various sectors. Hundreds of new jobs and opportunities have been created for local people through private-public partnerships. The viability of a new special economic zone to bring new jobs and businesses has been assessed. In terms of infrastructure development, electrification has been expanded with new roads and bridges built, including a new highway connecting remote areas previously only accessible by boat. All people living in the Rakhine State have access to education and healthcare services without discrimination. Healthcare services are being provided throughout the state, including hard-to-reach areas with new mobile clinics. The government has upgraded 300 schools in Rakhine. The vocational and technical training programs have begun. Muslim students also have access to higher education without any discrimination. Humanitarian aid reached all communities in 95% of the affected areas before the recent attacks on August 25th. We are now starting another round of humanitarian aid endeavor, which we hope will take care of all the peoples in the region. With regard to IDPs, 3 camps have been closed and the necessary assistance provided, including the building of new houses. There is more to do in that area. We are aware of the challenges and we are facing them. With regard to citizenship, a strategy with specific timeline has been developed to move forward the national verification process. But this is a process which needs cooperation from all communities. In some Muslim communities, their leaders have decided that they are not to join in the verification process. We would appreciate it if all friends could persuade them to join in the process because they have nothing to lose by it. We are also trying to promote intercommunal religious harmony by engaging interfaith groups. A new curriculum is to be introduced in schools with a focus on moral, civic ideas and peace and stability. A new FM radio channel has been set up to provide information on, among others, healthcare, national verification process, and education to all communities. It broadcasts in Rakhine, Bengali, and Myanmar languages. The training and capacity building for police and security forces are being provided in cooperation with the EU and the United Nations agencies. Since December 2016, local and foreign media groups have been given access to areas previously off limits in Rakhine. Even after the outbreaks on the 25th August, we arranged for several media groups to visit the afflicted areas. The government is working hard to enhance existing relations with Bangladesh. The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and the National Security Advisor visited Bangladesh in January and July of this year. We were also hoping for a visit from the Home Minister of Bangladesh, but it had to be postponed for reasons I think, other commitments on the part of the Minister. But we will welcome him at any time that he is able to come, and we hope to take forward the arrangements with regard to the security of the border, which we are trying to implement together. There has been a call for the repatriation of refugees who have fled from Myanmar to Bangladesh. We are prepared to start the verification process at any time. A verification process was set up as early as 1993, and based on the principles to which both countries agreed at this time, we can continue with the verification of those refugees who wish to return to Myanmar. We will abide by the criteria that was agreed on at that time, and as our National Security Advisor has assured Bangladesh, and which I can confirm now, we are ready to start the verification process at any time, and those who have been verified as refugees from this country will be accepted without any problems and with full assurance of their security and their access to humanitarian aid. I understand that many of our friends throughout the world are concerned by reports of villages being burned and of hordes of refugees fleeing. As I said earlier, there have been no conflicts since the 5th of September and no clearance operations. We too are concerned. We want to find out what the real problems are. There have been allegations and counter-allegations, and we have to listen to all of them. And we have to make sure that these allegations are based on solid evidence before we take action. Action will be taken against all peoples, regardless of their religion, race, or political position, who go against the laws of the land and who violate human rights as accepted by our international community. We have never been soft on human rights in this country. Our government has emerged as a body committed to the defense of human rights, not of any particular community's rights, but of the rights of all human beings within the borders of our country. As we concentrate on problems in the Rakhine State, I would also like to take the opportunity to remind you that there are problems as serious for us as what is happening in the west of our country. We have been trying to build peace out of internal strife, a peace that must be lasting and that must be accompanied by sustainable and equitable development. We would like to invite you to take part in this peace process, to join us in finding lasting solutions to the problems that have plagued our country for years. The peace process that we started last year in August is continuing, and we are having many difficulties. I am not surprised by this, because it is the way of peace processes anywhere in the world, that they come across difficulties, and sometimes the processes stall, sometimes they come to a dead halt, and sometimes it seems as though everything were falling apart, and yet in the end we all gather together and move forward, because all of us basically want peace rather than war. We want harmony rather than conflict. And this is the aspiration shared by all our peoples: peace, stability, harmony, and progress. It is not a large agenda, but it is a difficult one.